Land management agencies are forever restoring habitats. Most of the time we hear about riparian restorations along stream banks or restoration of forests to reduce fire danger. Here, the effort is focused on restoring a meadow near Mount McLoughlin in the southern Oregon Cascades, which is being encroached upon by the surrounding forest.
If trees encroach into meadows, a lot of times meadows and wetlands, then that eliminates the ability of water sometimes to reach the ground because rain and snow hits the trees and then evaporates before it ever makes its way into the groundwater. And also those trees suck water out of the ground, out of the shallow groundwater, not allowing it to infiltrate into groundwater and then flow to places like Big Butte Springs.
Volunteers came from Portland, Medford, Grants Pass, and Bend to participate in this meadow restoration effort.
It's almost like your vegetable garden at home. That's how our wildlife is. If you have some invasive weeds and undergrowth that is just encroaching all of their feed, they're gonna have no feed. So coming out here and clearing this, we're giving their habitat actual, sunlight and room to actually grow so they have feed.
To help restore this 10-acre section of Blue Rock Meadow, Forest Service sawyers cut down medium-sized conifers and manzanita bushes. A group of volunteers then helped pile the debris for burning at a later time. Another group of volunteers came through with loppers and cut down smaller seedlings and brush.
Sometimes our meadows don't get as much attention in restoration efforts, so volunteers are a huge part of helping get the work done. A lot of our volunteers recreate or hunt in these areas too, so they are invested in helping maintain and restoring our meadows.
In just a few hours' time, the transformation from brushy and overgrown to open and sunny is striking.
It's happening in front of your eyes. What do you see happening?
A lot more sun on the ground. That's going to be really great for some of our pollinators. We're in a patch of thimbleberry right now, and there's a lot of honeybees and bumblebees and flies that are taking advantage of these nice open areas.
And that's a perfect example of a non-game species that benefits almost immediately, potentially anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of species that are actually kind of declining now that we don't have the open forests that we used to have. It's not just deer and elk, it's owls and raptors and pollinators, and a lot of our woodpeckers and some of our migratory songbirds really do need these open patches of habitat.
Here's the upper portion of Blue Rock Meadow. Dazzling wildflowers, bees and birds buzzing about, and of course, outstanding views.
These openings allow people to, well, there's the mountain. I know which way to go now.
Exactly. We lost a hunter out on the Chetco unit not that long ago. You can get turned around in this very easy. If I was to lay down in that, a helicopter probably wouldn't see me. So clearing these out, it's also just such a safe atmosphere for, say if a rattlesnake bit me, a helicopter is going to be able to see my colors and pick me up to get me out of here.
You're always monitoring the discharge or whatever the rates.
We are.
Are you seeing trends?
Through the years, we've noticed just a slight downward trend in the flow in the springs, but it's still a very robust and abundant source of water. If flow continues to decline in the springs, then we have to take more water out of the Rogue River, which isn't good for fish. But also, taking water out of the Rogue River is more expensive for our ratepayers. So we want to be able to use that abundant source that we've used for the last 100 years that comes out of Big Butte Springs.
All the volunteers we spoke with had different reasons for restoring this meadow.
We couldn't do a lot of these projects without them and help from the public, so we really appreciate it always.
Check with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, Bureau of Land Management, or Forest Service for volunteer opportunities. From the Southern Oregon Cascades, I'm Brooks Snavely for The Great Outdoors.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos from Central Oregon Daily News. And for more news from the high desert, just visit centraloregondaily.com.